Sensational. I understand why we take shorts all the time now.
It's number 23, Jakob Wards. Replacing number 10, Tyrese Cullen. As number 20, Harry Leonard.
I suspect he would have gone to second.
So Blackburn 0, Swansea 1. Quite a disheartening performance off the back of 3 straight wins in a row. By no means the Cardiff performance a convincing one, to be honest. I think on that day we were the lesser of 2 shit teams, if I'm honest. Millwall, a solid enough away performance, and obviously QPR was an absolute rout, but we all know QPR's problems this season. To come to Ewood today, it was quite disheartening to obviously lose, but not only the defeat, the manner of the defeat. A Swansea side that will likely finish mid-table this season, and we made them look pretty good. How they only scored 1 is beyond me. They had 2 offside goals, the second of which is very much debatable. We had our warnings there, and it puts a really good shot in the goal. To be fair, so it's really well took, and fair play to him for putting it in. I'd be very happy from a Swansea perspective with that goal for sure. And the performance as a whole, they did really well. They were very comfortable. We had a couple chances. Leonard being the big one. Adam Wharton comes on. Doesn't sit in that deep line pivot position, which I feel like he was getting exposed in. Comes on for Joe Rankin-Costello and just makes an immediate impact. And I think obviously he's probably been gagging to get on. To be fair, obviously not played many minutes. Well, I don't think he's played any minutes actually since the international break. Sondre's obviously come in and made that deep line pivot position his own. Wharton comes on in that box-to-box role that Joe Rankin-Costello has occupied recently. And, I thought that would suit him more, takes the responsibility off him of, being that last man back. We were so exposed in some of those early games this season with having Wharton there, just not able to cover the ground and really be a presence, especially when you've only got one, deep line midfielder. We used to play 2 all the time under Mowbray, so that shows how important it is to how you have to be really solid in that position. And Wharton wasn't initially this season, but comes on in that box-to-box role today and plays some sublime passes straight away, and just something we were missing really from that first half. I think it's safe to say that first half was probably the worst we've played all season, especially from what I've watched anyway. I would say it's the worst we've played all season. Really, really poor, and it was woeful, so much so we had to make 2 half-time substitutions, with Britton coming off, who missed an absolute sitter at the start of the game. How he hasn't put that in, but he managed to bend one in with his left foot away at Millwall is beyond me. Malconde comes on and did well, I thought, and Sigurdsson goes off for Moran. Sigurdsson, the amount of times the ball was getting spread out to him and he just weren't controlling it, we're going out for throw-ins, just unacceptable really. And it's a shame really, because obviously he burst onto the scene, got those goals and that, and not sure what's up with him at the minute. Dragged off at half-time against Millwall, dragged off at half-time today against Cardiff. I thought he was quite poor. And the same can be said for Smodics, to be honest. I think he's been very poor since the international break. Moran comes on, very poor, really poor. I forgot he was on the pitch, to be honest, half the time he was playing. Just no positives at all to take from today, really, other than Sondre Tronstad had another really solid game, I thought. Wharton puts through a sublime ball for Leonard, touch is brilliant. Just the finish again, he did that before the international break in a game. He was clean through on goal and he's dragged it wide and he's done it again, and it's just not good enough. You can't be doing that at this level. And, it shows that he's a kid, and it really boggles my mind why Niall Ennis is sat there on the bench. Plymouth's best striker last season in League One, and we're playing a kid over him who's got about 10 professional games to his name. Just baffling. Really is, and he must be pulling his hair out. I must be wondering why he's not stayed at Plymouth, to be brutally honest. We have an unused sub at the end of the game. He could have rolled the dice. I mean, Swansea took Yates off to bring a centre half on. He could have quite easily rolled the dice, Sean Dahl, and thought, sod it, I'm going to put 2 strikers on, but no, persists with the one striker as he always does. And just really, really negative, I think, to be honest, when, it was quite clear. I mean, as soon as the second half kicked off, they were time wasting. They were quite happy with the 1-0. They were going to sit on it, and they did. And, fair play to them, executed the game plan brilliantly. Really infuriated us, and, in the second half, it weren't much better than the first, if I'm honest. Just a really poor day at the office today, and, I can hardly blame the fans for booing the players at half-time and full-time. It was shocking. It probably sums up where we are, to be honest. We are very much a mid-table team this season. I think that is there to be seen. Obviously we've had a purple patch of Smodics and Sigurdsson being on fire, but it was never going to last, ultimately, was it? Obviously you can't keep that rate of form up, and Smodics has been missing the past 3 games, and so has Sigurdsson. And without them really firing, who do we have to rely on? We've relied on, Joe Rankin Costello in 2 games, back-to-back goals, and then a freak goal from Callum Britton, his first goal since 2019. Joe Rankin Costello doesn't score that often. He'll be lucky to get 5 or 6 this season, you would think. So where are all the goals going to be coming from? We've got Harry Leonard, who, he's missing one-on-ones. Niall Ennis can't get a chance. Talalovic is clearly not ready. Gallagher's out injured. So I think to be honest, I think Smodics needs dropping. I think he's too secure in that position. His performances don't warrant to be in the starting 11, unfortunately. And I think he probably needs that kick up the arse to maybe get himself back in form. Because it's been really poor. He's just gone missing. I completely forgot he was on the pitch at times today. But from front to back, I mean, Leo. For the quite poor at times today, I thought, especially with his feet. I think he pulled off a really good save because it did go for a corner, so I assume he did. But Scott Wharton has an absolute nightmare on the edge of his own box. Just can't use his feet, can he? And I think Leo comes out and makes the save. It was at the other end of the pitch, so not the best view. But I assume he did as it went for a corner. Fair play to him making another save to keep us in things, but was a bit shaky at times today. Scott, as I said, just cannot use his feet at all. Anything in the air, any clearances, he's a big, strong lad. But yeah, just for the way we want to play with this team, he's just not dynamic enough. He's very much a League One defender in my eyes. Hayden Carter, couple mistakes today. One of the offside goals was completely his fault. Just really shoddy defending, and we got away with it ultimately. Not brilliant today. Hill was solid. To be fair to him, I don't think he's had a poor game. To be fair to Hill, really good game today as usual. Pickering as slow as ever, and just infuriating every single time he seems to get the ball in the opposition's third. It's just the same thing, just a high cross into the box, and it's infuriating when we don't have anyone in the box who can really get onto a header and get any sort of purchase on it. Leonard managed to get his head to one, but he goes straight at the keeper. Catching practice, really. Just a lack of ideas from him, and defensively got beat a good couple times today. Just not good enough, and I do ultimately think he's the weak link in this team, if I'm being brutally honest. Sondre had a really good game, as I touched on. I think he's made that position his own to keep obviously the captain Travis out the team, to keep wonder kid Adam Wharton out the team. Who we're all thinking is going to be the next, big thing. Going to get a stupendous fee for him. Shows how good he's playing right now. And very much the best of a bad bunch. Jorankin Costello, just out of ideas today completely. No surprise to see him dragged off. Britton, the same. Missed the sitter as well, right at the start of the game, which would have completely changed things. And just inexcusable, really, to be missing chances like that. And yeah, he's been good against Millwall. He scored that, a really good goal, but I think it's getting a bit silly now. The fact we're playing three right backs. I know Hill's a centre half, and Rankin Costello, I don't know what he is, but at the minute you would say all three of their main positions are right back, and we're playing three right backs. I think Britton has a place in this team, but I don't think it's as a right winger. That attempted finish today says it all, really. It's not natural to him, and he offers a lot going forwards. He's quite skillful, he's fast, can cross a ball, but ultimately who are we crossing the ball to when we've got Dolan and Smodics up top? So just doesn't make sense to me. Sigurdsson, as I touched on before, was pretty poor today, and yeah, I'm not sure what he has to do. I mean, getting dragged off at half time 2 games in a row should hopefully give him a kick up the arse he needs, but we'll see, I suppose. Dolan offered not much today, which is a shame after coming off the back of that really good assist against Cardiff. But yeah, little to no impact today, and the same with Smodics, as I touched on. In terms of the subs, I thought Marconde was bright when he come on. I think, he's always one who's willing to take the ball and try and make something happen. And fair play to him for that, because a lot of players don't have the bollocks to do that and will shy away and, pass sideways. But he's always looking to drive at his man, looking to get something in the box. So, fair play to him, or get a shot away, which he did manage to do at one point, and it went through a sea of bodies and won us a corner. So I can't complain with Smodics. Moran, on the other hand, was dreadful. I forgot he was on the pitch, to be honest, and offered absolutely nothing all game. Who else? Come on. Leonard, yeah, Mr. Sitter. Had the header, went straight at the keeper, probably should have tested him more. I'm trying to think who the last substitute was. I cannot remember now, but can't have been. Oh, Adam Wharton, of course. Yeah, Adam Wharton was really, really bright when he come on, to be fair to him, and yeah, just made things happen. In the half he had, created more chances than the entire team did in the first half. He created chances himself single-handedly with just his stupendous range of passing. Showed that quality he has, and I think moving forward, I think he should be playing that box-to-box role. He showed today why he should be playing. He just offers that X factor, that that bit of quality that can really unlock a defence, and teams just cannot defend against. So yeah, on to the next game, Chelsea away. I shall be there. I look forward to it. Whatever the result, obviously we don't go there thinking we're going to get a result, but it should be one hell of a day out. We'll obviously be vlogging that one, so make sure to keep an eye out for that. Should be a good one for sure. And then after that, Norwich in the league, so let's hope we can bounce back. It's needed, really, obviously, after that performance. But to be fair, I did say after the Cardiff result, if we can get 2 wins out of the 3, including Cardiff, so Cardiff, Swansea, and Millwall, I'd be happy, and we have done that. To be fair, I expected the loss to maybe come at Millwall. Obviously, when you've had those 2 wins, 3 wins in a row if you're going back to QPR, you were hoping we'd go to Cardiff. Well, we'd play Cardiff today and really solidify ourselves in that top 6 conversation. But not meant to be. So we can obviously get a positive result at home to Norwich, and yeah, I guess we'll see. I'm not sure if it's at home, actually. I guess we'll see. But yeah, cheers for watching, guys, and yeah, look out for the Chelsea away vlog.